Welcome everyone to our first WIDAC Town Hall virtual event. We wanted to take kind of the opportunity today to check in with everyone, say happy new financial year.
While you're all in lockdown and have nothing better to do, we can all have a wine and catch up over Zoom.
Exactly. So we hope everyone's staying safe and doing okay during lockdown around the country. This afternoon's just really an opportunity for us to talk about some of the awesome things we have coming up in the new financial year, give you some updates and a little bit of news from Erin and myself as well. So we might just kind of kick along.
For those who don't know, Alfie and I started working on WIDAC on the business full-time from January this year for the first time ever. I think most of you know we've been doing this for 4.5 years on the side of Shape, working there, which has always been a challenge. So it was a big step for us to take the leap and work in business after, COVID was a very challenging year, obviously, for everyone. Being an events-based business, we obviously lost all kind of revenue and all opportunity to host really any events other than virtual events. So we're lucky we're still here and we got through that. Thank you to all of you guys and our amazing sponsors. We really wanted to spend some time the last 6 months, thinking about our offering and how we can continue to improve that for you guys and engage with our community on a whole variety of different levels and programs and events. And so that's what we've kind of done in the last 6 months, is plan this incredible schedule for the new year, which we're so excited to share with you today.
And we'll be pretty transparent. It was an interesting 6 months. It was the first time that Erin and I have worked closely together day in, day out. So it's a few little blow-ups. But I think what we both learned was, after kind of getting to understand the business a lot better, we now have a really clear direction forward for the next kind of 3 to 5 years, hopefully. We want to grow, we want to reach more women in more states across Australia and further than that. But we want to continue to kind of improve our topics, our offerings, the way that we kind of make ourselves available to all of our members. And
we've done that through an incredible new or growing team, I suppose, which Brooke will touch on later down the track. But that's probably the really exciting thing to help us support that.
So from July, I'm actually going to be staying in WIDAC full-time for quite a few more months. I've actually finished up with Shape, if I can focus on WIDAC and a few other different things. So I'm excited to be staying on, helping Brooke get settled in her role. And also because Erin has some exciting news.
I am finishing up for 6 months and going on a trip around Australia, for those who don't know, with my partner and my 2 little Italian greyhounds. It's going to be wild. So I'll be, off grid for about 6 months. I'll be dialing in a little bit. I'm sure I won't be able to help myself after being so heavily involved the last 6 months, but I'll be back returning WIDAC in January. You guys can follow my travels if you like. I'm sure I'll be posting on the WIDAC page, but it's really exciting. I'll definitely stay in touch.
Just making us all jealous and see travel to Australia. Lady of leisure. So I'm personally just absolutely devastated to be losing my bestie and business partner for 6 months. But we're not going to get emotional about it. We're actually going to hand over to Brooke, who wants to talk to you and introduce herself and talk to you about all the exciting things we have coming up.
And today is a chance as well, for you guys to get involved and let us know what else you might like to see, which, Brooke will touch on. Awesome. Over to you, Brooke.
Thanks, guys. Just bear with me if it drops out at all. I know the message maybe dropped out a little bit. Just let me know if it really is impacting the preso, and I'll catch up, everyone. So everything that we wanted to run through today, there's a few slides here, but I'm going to make it super fast, and we can kind of just add in any comments as we go, and just feel free to kind of join in with the conversation. So I wanted to kind of talk about our community for anyone who's on the line who maybe hasn't been to any of our events before, who doesn't know anything about us, just touch on that briefly. We've obviously just done the director's address there from the girls. I wanted to introduce our team. We've grown so much recently between Melbourne, Sydney and Brisbane and our national team. So I wanted to introduce everyone, quickly touch on what's on. And I say quickly because there's so much to talk about and it could go on for days. But we have a huge calendar, and I just want to talk to you about what we're thinking about. Nothing set in stone, especially for the, you know, the back end of the financial year, because things change so rapidly at the moment. So everything that's on here is just what we're thinking, nothing set in stone. Please kind of let us know if there's something that you're particularly attached to, or if there's anything that you, I don't know, want to add to it or anything. Additionally, we have heaps of programs and initiatives that we're doing, and we've got a bunch of sponsors on board for those, so I'll talk to those. We've got a job board, and our new memberships are about to launch. There'll be an EDM that comes out after this, but I'm going to touch on everything that we've planned for you. And then that'll be it. And we can talk through all of your ideas if you've got any to add. I will keep on going. So our community, if you've not been with us before, we pride ourselves, and what this whole business was built off was just the recognition that the industry can be a little bit hard to break into. We know that it's all about who you know, and networking is so important in kind of progressing your career or getting the first step in or doing any sort of pivoting or transitioning within the market. So that's what we're all about, and we are so open to helping you. That's what we're all here for. And that's part of, I guess, why we want to show you everyone's faces on our committee. So if you feel alone at our event, please approach us and please let us know, and we'd be more than happy to introduce you to somebody. That's what we're there for. So all of those great things, and please do come along if you've never been before. We've heard from Erin and Al. So starting with Victoria, because you guys are bloody foot out the door with COVID and we're going straight in. Good for you. So Natalie is our state manager in Victoria, and we've got Aislinn, Adele, Cara, Lauren, Maya, and Stephanie. And we've recently had this week Vanessa, Francis, and Alice join us. So once we are out and about again for events, please do make them feel welcome. So Sydney, Jenny is our state manager there. You will have seen her around at some of our more recent events. We also have Annika, Carmel, Carolyn, Chelsea, Krishal, Nikita, Patty, Amanda, and Mariam has just come on board over the past couple of weeks, as well as our new event coordinator. So please make her feel welcome as well. We were teed up to start at the acoustics workshop with poor Mariam, but obviously COVID upset that plan. So as soon as we're back on, we can't wait to introduce you. Brisbane, so we have Tamara coming in as our new state manager. We mentioned at our WIDAC event that Sevi was on her way out. So we're so excited to have Tam on. Tam used to look after our Victoria team, so those down there will recognise her from that committee. We also have Alana, Lou, Liv, Kira, and our new committee members who have been part of the team for a couple of months now, but maybe haven't met before. We've got Hannah, Trang, and Renee. So national team, we obviously have the two lovely directors. We've got Kerry, Sarah, and Lorette, but we also have Cirilla. If some of you haven't met her, she started in February and she's coming on full time with us as of next week. So we're very excited to welcome her on board. And obviously I have been part of the WIDAC community since pretty much it started, and I've been volunteering on the Brisbane committee since about 2019. So I've taken leave from my role at Conrad Gargate to come on full time and see where that goes, especially in the immediate term while Erin's away. So let's talk about events. So I think all up, we've got almost 60 events for the next 12 months in the calendar that we're looking at. So as I said earlier, these are really just penciled in at the moment. A couple of the earlier ones we're kind of in progress setting up, but some of the ones for early next year we haven't really locked in yet. So some of the key events that we're looking at for this year will be trivia. I don't think we've done a trivia in Melbourne yet, but it's a hit everywhere else. So I look forward to delivering it for you guys. Bit of fun to come out of lockdowns with. Thoughtful leadership, avoid the burnout, Christmas celebration, maybe a bit of a networking 101 if you feel like that might be of interest. International Women's Day, always a big hit. We're going to be all over the place that week, but looking forward to it. Taming the Inner Critic and Friends of Industry. So we've got 2 in there for Victoria because we missed out delivering one last financial year. So we've got 2 this year for you guys. Sydney. So as soon as you guys want to play the game with COVID, we're ready to go. We've got Thoughtful Leadership for You, Friends of Industry, Overcoming Imposter Syndrome, Overcoming the Workplace Bully. That was a great one in Brisbane too. So if you're feeling like that's a good one, let's do it. Christmas celebrations. We've got a new one that we're looking at called Stronger Together. And the idea behind that is we're thinking that what we'd like to do is kind of empower people to support their female colleagues. We find that maybe we can be our worst enemy sometimes, and we want to kind of build a better culture around that and really boost, women helping women. Obviously, International Women's Day that we're trying to roll out everywhere, and a Friends of Industry for You. Brisbane, we're looking at doing Women at the Front. We're about to launch that next week. Overcoming Imposter Syndrome, Stronger Together, which I spoke about briefly. Got our Christmas celebration, Thoughtful Leadership, and International Women's Day planned. Additional to those ones that were already represented in each state for, we're going to expand on the road shows that we did last year. So we're going to do 2 events in Adelaide, 2 events in Canberra, and we're also in early talks about maybe going somewhere else. I don't know if you want to have a think about where maybe we want to go. I've got some ideas on the cards, but feel free to maybe make some suggestions. We're open to that. Additional to all of our face-to-face events, we run our digital event series. So for all of those times when we do end up in lockdown, we're looking forward to delivering these just as a standard offering. These will be hopefully unaffected by COVID. So we're looking at doing a 3-part personal finances series, understanding your pipeline, so a bit around BD and what that all looks like in terms of converting friends and different conversations that you might be having with your peers in the market, converting those into leads. So we're also looking at doing a little bit around mental health. So we've recognized that, it's been really tricky over the past 2 years, and we want to, I guess, maybe empower you to seek help or talk about it and ensure that you're not feeling alone. Just check in with you. That's what we're really trying to do with that event. And then we've got a couple of other things that we're looking at. So please feel free to let us know any feedback that you might have about some of these other ones that we've penciled in. So we've got key aspects of designing an accessible space, fostering company culture and influence behaviours, overcoming the workplace bully digital. So in case you really, the other one grabbed your eye in Sydney, we're looking to do that digitally for you as well. And then growing, building and scaling businesses.
Brooke, just jumping in here, I think we have also kind of talked about doing 2 more face-to-face workshops, one in Sydney, one in Melbourne, on public speaking, because I think they've been really successful here in Brisbane, really well received. So if anyone's interested in us delivering a public speaking workshop in Sydney and Melbourne, we're looking to do those, and potentially another digital event around how to ask for what you're worth. I think it's probably one that has always been really well received when we've done it previously before. So if anyone's kind of interested in learning how to negotiate that pay rise or that salary increase, how to navigate that performance review, we're looking at adding another digital event around how to ask for what you're worth as well, hopefully.
So yeah, lots of things are moving and shaping as we kind of get feedback from you guys. In terms of the other face-to-face events or workshops that we had started talking around, we've got a Bluebeam workshop, so how to kind of collaborate with different project teams remotely and do different markups and collaborate together on a single package. We've got sustainability workshop, which is we're waiting for COVID to let us do that as well. had a specified joinery workshop in both Brisbane and Melbourne. So I've said a lot about COVID, and I wanted to just touch on, I guess, what we're trying to do in mitigating any risks around that, but also kind of keep momentum. So all of our EDMs, we typically have a 3-week lead time on, and so it's really hard to book anything in and let you guys know when things are happening when we're just constantly waiting for updates with COVID. So what we're going to do is just launch our EDMs when we know that we can. Like if now, for example, with Melbourne, we know that we're on the other side of a major outbreak, and so we're going to launch those events and we can pull them at any time if we need to. So that's our plan of attack. Bear with us, we're going to try it, see what happens. Moving on now to our programs and initiatives. So we've got all of those events that we're doing for you guys, but we also do a lot of things behind the scenes with schools, grads, different things that we're running to kind of help build a better sense of community with our programs and initiatives. So the first one that I'm going to talk about today is a new one for this year. We've just partnered with TTM to deliver this, and it's an awesome one that I'm so excited about. It's called Our Leaders of Tomorrow, and we're going to do 4 events as part of that, where we catch up with school students and we talk to them about what we're doing in the industry. And there's a bunch of different themes that we're running through. So we've got a day in the life of workshop, we've got how to develop your grown-up self, what's my line, which is a fun one, and opportunities for women on the tools. So heaps of great things that we're trying to do to engage school students, to kind of get them thinking about this as a career or any sort of design and construction outcome out of their studies. So mentoring program. This one we've done before, and we've just partnered with OzCo. We're so excited to get this one off the ground. This one is a huge resource intensive program, but we're so excited to offer that to you guys. We know that it's so valuable. And as part of that, we're doing 2 intakes this year because we just know how popular it is. So we're doing a launch towards September, and then our second launch will be in March. So we will, those are the events. We're opening our applications within the next week or so for the first intake for mentoring. The second intake will start early next year as well. So graduate pathways, this is a familiar program as well. We're seeking a sponsor for this one to bring it to life. We're essentially going to run this one in Brisbane, Sydney and Melbourne, and we're going to do a digital event as well. We know that this has been very successful. We hear often that our students and our grads are really struggling to connect with industry. And this is, I guess, the way that we're trying to connect with them and bring them into the fold. We have received a bit of interest from our industry to participate and help us in that. And I've saved all of your emails, but I'm probably going to ask you again because I might have forgotten or misplaced it. But when we're ready to launch those, I will make sure that there's comms that go out and we can get everyone involved in bringing that to life.
Just on that one, Brooks, probably worth noting as well, the Graduate Pathways events we've done in the past and they're extremely successful. So we had students and grads from design, construction and engineering coming along and meeting with the top kind of industry representatives from those different sectors, and they got to do speed networking with them. We had resume reviews, we had LinkedIn advice, and I think it was that one-on-one connection time with the people that they ultimately would love to be kind of working with that they found really valuable. Some of the feedback that we got from the survey that we recently did said that a lot of students though really struggled to afford to pay for a ticket to come along to these events. As much as they found them incredibly valuable, living on 2-minute noodles is kind of a bit of a reality for a lot of students, and it was a bit of a barrier. So I think by turning it into the program and getting it kind of a partner to kind of behind us to help us deliver it and make it free for students and grads to attend these events, that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to give them the exposure into the industry that they need to start building those connections and taking away the barrier of them not being able to afford to kind of come along and network with people in the industry as often as they would like. So we'd absolutely love to try and get this one off the ground. When we've done them in the past in Brisbane, we had hundreds, of people come along, and they absolutely loved it and found it really invaluable. I think myself, I was really surprised at the fact that a lot of the students and grads that I was meeting didn't know what LinkedIn was, hadn't really ever been to a networking event before. Like, these are the really, really critical things that, if they're doing it while they're in uni or while they're studying, like, they've got that network ready to kind of draw on for those opportunities, once they're graduating, not kind of then trying to go overcome that hurdle after the fact. So we're really passionate about trying to get this one off the ground for the grads and the students, because we love them and we want to support them. So if anyone's interested in kind of getting in touch about that one, please do. We would love to hear from you.
And I think, so to continue on with that, we've got our education scholarships. So we have run this previously. We're launching now the applications next week for Victoria and South Australia. So we don't have a huge member base in South Australia. If you can send it to any contacts that you have who might be interested in going through or applying for the education scholarship, we welcome that. We'd love to hear from them. Yeah, we're very eager to promote that. We actually have just found out yesterday that we were shortlisted by the Urban Developer Awards for this initiative. So, it's something that we wholeheartedly support and would love to continue to offer and put that out to as many people as possible. You've probably started to see a lot of stuff coming through on our socials. And what that is us trying to promote everyone in our community. So we know that you being part of our community is us being able to represent you and give you the best platform and to kind of build your personal brand on. So anyone in our community of members, we will kind of reach out or let us know if you're interested in being a part of this, but we'll feature, we have opportunities to feature you in the Word with WIDAC, which is our newsletter. It goes out monthly. We have stories on socials. We do Instagram live interviews and we do Instagram takeovers. This is also where we put like student spotlights or sponsor spotlights and things like that. So reach out if you want to be featured on there. Otherwise, we'll just start working through our database and we'll reach out to you and start getting you featured on our socials. Now, you might have seen recently, we did a little story or post on socials about free tickets for mat leave mums. We got a lot of interest in that, understandably. Now, most of our programs and initiatives are exclusive to members, but we've recognised that a lot of the mums on maternity leave probably aren't members or haven't opted in for a membership for the year that they're away. So we've opened this up for anyone in our community to come along to an event for free. There obviously will be a cap on numbers per event, but we'd love to kind of get everyone involved where we can.
Yeah, so put your looky on and have a night out. Take a break. Get your husband to look after the baby.
Make sure you spread the word as well
Yes.
to those, colleagues and stuff you have on maternity leave, and let them know so they can stay connected with the industry and there's not a barrier there.
That would be great.
Additionally, we were approached recently by Denfair and we're in early stages of talks with them about being in attendance at Denfair. We're super eager to get that over the line. But Denfair is something maybe that didn't happen through COVID, and they're super eager to kind of come back with a vengeance. So that's a trade show in Melbourne that we're looking forward to attending. That's in mid-October. So, big things are happening for us. It's not just a focus on our events. There's a huge focus on our community and how we're kind of broadening our reach and continuing to offer what we do for more and more people. So I touched earlier on our social platforms. We are on all of them. I mean, if there's more than that, I don't really want to know about them, but Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn. And this is where we'll communicate a lot of the things that I've spoken about today. So any of our events, when they're launching, any reminders, and then any event wraps. We'll start introducing our team to you. So you'll see when their birthdays are, because we celebrate those, obviously. We do our Women of WIDAC features on there, student spotlights, sponsor spotlights. We do our Go Live job board, new offerings. You would have seen recently we did a survey as well for our members. I'm going to talk about that soon as well. But all of those things, that's where we do them. And that's the best way for you guys to get involved with us and kind of keep across what's happening. We obviously have our EDMs, but you know, sometimes emails can get lost in the inbox. So this is a great way to keep up to date with things.
Yeah, if you're following us on LinkedIn, but you're not following us on Instagram, please don't do that. Please follow us on Instagram, because you do really cool stuff on there that we sometimes don't do on LinkedIn, because sometimes you're like, well, it's not right for LinkedIn, but it's right for Instagram. And we're fun on all of the platforms. So please follow us on all of the platforms. Thank you.
Obviously. I don't know if you guys haven't looked at our job board yet, but if you haven't, it's probably time to. We have some really great roles that go on there. So anyone in our community, you can, so whether you've got a sponsorship or if you've got a company who is hiring, please let us know. We do, there's paid job ads, but with our sponsorships, some of our companies get them for free. So CGC is one of our major sponsors, and they like spam our job board with all of their ads. We've got heaps on there at the moment. There's a couple from Cova, a couple from Capital. There's an architectural graduate position from Plot. Like, this is the best place that we just found that people were approaching us all the time with all of these jobs, like, hey, do you know anyone? And we've created this out of that feedback that, you know, we have access to this great network of women. So let's kind of target them directly with these job ads. So please keep an eye on that. We will continue to post about it and promote it, but love for you guys to be checking it too if you're maybe looking around. Now, memberships. We obviously surveyed you all, and we found out lots of very great information. So we have designed some new memberships for you. We're very excited about them because we found that maybe some of the barriers around attending our events were probably not what we expected. So we've designed a new membership type, which maybe helps remove some of those barriers. So you told us that as a parent, it's not always easy for you to attend a WIDAC event after work. So what we've done is we've scheduled more lunchtime events and more breakfast events. And you told us that your employer pays for your membership. I think about 60% of people said that their employer pays for both their membership and their tickets. And so what we thought we might do to reduce admin or reduce the times that you had to approach your employer to ask to pay for your ticket is we've created a new membership type, which is an all event access ticket, or membership. So what that means is that you'll just pay once, and then you'll be able to register to all of our events for free. So those are the key events, the premium events, so breakfast and lunch as well, our digital and our workshops, and they're all covered by this all access pass. There's a couple of events that I'm going to ask you about later that won't be covered, but they're maybe a one-off and they're a bit more exciting. So you'll probably want to come to those anyway. So what else we've done? You asked for more access to free events. So those coming back on as a standard individual member, as the normal ticket price, we've given you more access to free events as well. So all of our community events, that's our friends of industry type events, and our digital workshops, they will be free for members as well. So we've added value to our individual memberships just out of the feedback that we got from that survey. What else have we got in there? So you wanted more events. I'm pleased to tell you that we have jam-packed our calendar now, and there are over 50 events there. There are so many, and that's not even it. Like, if you guys tell us that you want more, Like Althea's just offered to come and do
I'll do
public
more.
in all of those states. That's more already. So just keep saying what you want and we'll see what we can do.
Brooke, is this where I talk about the really exciting ones that aren't on there yet that I'm kind of in the
Not
pipeline
yet.
doing?
Not yet.
Not yet. Oh,
Not
okay,
yet.
not yet. No, sorry.
I'll prompt you. I'll prompt you.
Okay.
Just not your turn.
Okay, sorry.
So quickly, all the perks that you get as well, just so that we've jam-packed the value of our memberships. I've kind of touched on them already, but if you come on as our standard yearly member, you also get discounted access to all of the events as you previously were. You get early bird access, so that's for all members. You all get early access. You get free access to our digital workshops, which I said. We've got social interactions that are coming out the wazoo. You know, opportunities to share your story, programs and initiatives, member-only events, support for new mothers, women of WIDAC, membership exclusives, and access to our members-only portal. We're in talks with that provider too about how we kind of get some of these digital events pre-recorded and saved for you too. So those are all things we're talking about.
Probably just on that too, with the exclusive member only events, like we've just done an exclusive members only site tour of Queen's Wharf. I know that you've got another one in the works. We've had some proposed for Sydney and Melbourne. So I know that we mentioned that, you know, these are the events we've got coming up and there's 60 of those. There's even more that we're adding. And, you know, site tours are going to be normally kind of members only events due to kind of, it's usually about kind of 30 to 40 people at a time that they can have on site. So a lot of those will be kind of exclusive for our members as well. So, and if anyone ever had a site that they would love WIDAC to come and do a site tour of, please reach out because we'd love to do more of those and share all the cool projects that we're doing.
We also find that a lot of people reach out to us to do special interviews with people who are kind of in our industry. So lots of PR opportunities that come through, and we'll push those through to you in our The Word with WIDAC newsletter. So do read through it because there are some good things that are in there that we receive from our industry partners. Definitely worth reading in there. And we don't spam you with things. So just, you know, what we put in there, we've curated for you because we wouldn't want to waste our time otherwise. Right, so here's the prices. Individual membership, I told you, is standard. We haven't really touched that. That's a yearly price. We've got individual memberships, all access events. So $595, I think that's a bargain price. Covers, it's a one fixed price for the year, and you get so much value, which I've just run through for you. If you are traveling all over the country, this ticket is going to be like gold for you. We've priced this on people, you know, staying where they are. So if you're getting around, you're getting a lot of value. Corporate members, we've changed slightly. So previously we had that sitting at a 10-person minimum for the membership. So we've reduced that to a 5-pack, and we've given you the membership price, but also a 5-pack all access price as well. So your employer can just go ahead and get, you know, you get a ticket, you get a ticket, you get a ticket, and everyone can come to the events. And it's just going to be a great time. You can all come with your friends. So those are our memberships that we have been working very hard on, and we're so excited to finally have released. Erin, were you going to?
They have just launched this week as well. So you'll see an email will go out this afternoon and we'll give you more info on all of that.
So I just wanted to summarize around the number of events that we're putting on. We've spoken a lot around that 60 figure, but as we've mentioned, that is just continuing to grow as we have ideas. Digital events nationally, we're sitting at 15, but any more that come through, we're happy to work with you and bring those to life. And our programs and initiatives nationally are sitting at about 5. So, so much is going on. And Erin's leaving us for 6 months, just saying goodbye. Have good luck with that. So we'll see if we're still alive at the other side of this year. Althea, this is your moment.
Oh my God, this is the moment. Okay, great. So you're on mute. Oh, no, I'm not on mute. Okay. Everyone can hear me, yes. So really exciting. There's been lots of things that we've been doing lately. And when we jumped online and chatted to everyone on Instagram in January, we mentioned the word conference. And it's coming and it's happening. It's still kind of a little while off yet. I think it'll be kind of early new year. But
We're
the WIDAC conference
psyching ourselves
is going to be
up for
amazing.
it.
Yeah, it's going to be epic. It's going to be huge. More information to kind of drip feed through all of our channels over the coming months. But think about it as an opportunity to come and spend a full weekend around personal development, career personal development, so in terms of like your own personal mental health and, you know, there's a lot that we're going to cover off. There's a lot around.
Let us know what you might like us to cover off.
Yeah.
Like we've definitely had a brainstorm, but we would love to hear what topics you would like covered off, or sessions or workshops, and who you might like to hear from.
There's a business development kind of aspect to it. There's also a kind of a segment where we're going to do more around the asking for what you're worth and understanding how to kind of pitch yourself really well. So,
and things to support small businesses, because we know a lot of our community went out on their own through COVID, and good on you guys for doing that and getting through the last financial year, which would have been very tricky. So yeah, we're going to do a lot of workshops around supporting all of people out there on their own as well.
Yeah, perfect. Very exciting. So that's conference. It's coming. It's going to be epic. There's going to be a gala. You're going to get to wear a fancy dress. There's going to be breakfast and networking. And lots of self-development. So really excited. And then the other two, so we've got women, well, we're still working on the name, so bear with us, but it was going to be called Winos in Design and Construction. And then I thought, no, that's terrible. But essentially we're looking at some really great opportunities to go and do some wine tastings while networking, or maybe leaving town to kind of go and do some more social activities and network at the same time. So really great kind of casual ways to go and make really meaningful connections, maybe a little
and
bit.
New friendships. I think that's what people have loved through WIDAC is creating new friendships, whether they're new to the city or, you know, new to town, or it's a great
lot of people moved during COVID. We know so many people who are new to Brisbane from Melbourne and they didn't know anyone. And yeah, I think this would be really exciting to kind of go and connect a lot of people in a really fun and casual way. And then the last one, which came about when I was at a golf day the other day, and I had a lot of female colleagues going, oh, I hate this. I don't know how to play golf, but I've always wanted to go to golf days, but I'm really embarrassing myself by even having an attempt at swinging this ball. So I thought, why don't we do a WIDAC golf day, but you learn to golf while playing golf. And we only play 6 holes because no one wants to do 18. That's ridiculous. So yes, please. I agree. Yes, I know. This is a really exciting idea. It's going to be coming soon. It's so you learn the skills around, I guess, you know, and picking up a new sport that's a casual sport where you could...
Providing there's wine after golf. I love that.
Providing there's wine after golf. There will be.
6 holes for the win. I think
6
everyone
holes
is in
for the
agreement.
win. I know. This is a really exciting one. So, and these are just ideas that we've literally had over the last kind of couple of months, and we're like, let's bring them to life.
Does anyone have any ideas that they want to throw out now?
Yeah.
Put you on the spot.
Yeah, this is probably...
Unmute yourself and let us know.
This is where we're at, Brooke, is the Q&A part and the ideas section.
Yeah, this is it.
This is it. Okay, great, go. All right, if anyone wants to jump in there, we'd love
any
to
crazy ideas.
Yeah.
We need like elevator music while people...
Anything with wine is going to be a winner.
Okay, great. Rhiannon loves
So it doesn't actually matter what you do, so long as you seem to include wine, I think we're all in.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
I'll write it down.
Yes, it's great. It's a great kind of lubricant for networking, wine.
That is a dreadful word.
Sorry. Okay, sorry. It's a great way to ease into having really great connections with everyone. Love it. Perfect. Yes. Thank you. Anyone else?
Yeah, I think that something that not me, I'm past this baby making stage and coming back from mat leave, but perhaps something that is inclusive of members that are coming back from mat leave, helping them get back their foot in the door in the industry. I think it's fantastic what you're doing with free tickets. I think that's awesome. But yeah, getting back into the industry after you've had that break and having the confidence to do it, I suppose.
Yeah. Well, actually on that, I guess our mentoring program, we didn't really talk around the different streams, and that is one of the streams is focused around kind of mothers in that return to work. So pairing you up with, other people who have done that and can kind of provide tips and tricks and help you with introductions and help you make that transition. So that's actually coming that we didn't talk about, but yeah, it might be good to brainstorm some other ways we can really support, mothers returning to work.
Yeah, because I'm with you, Ellie. I felt really shaky coming back to work in October last year, and I was incredibly supported, and I still felt really shaky because I didn't quite know where I fitted in and just felt really out of the loop in, some instances in terms of that construction kind of world that I'd been away from for 10 months. So yeah.
Jotted it down.
Great.
It's on the list.
Thank you.
Is anything happening in WA?
Oh,
Yes.
That's a good question.
Yes, it's a great question. I'm just going to say it is because
you don't want us over there at the moment, but we're going to come to you when you're welcome to, when
it's looking likely to be early next year. Pretty much penciled in, but not revealed yet. I've just said it is. It's coming.
It's coming. We are definitely coming.
But Erin's obviously making sure that it happens when she's returned from our holiday.
Yeah, to do the Margaret River wineries at the same
That's
time.
a good idea. You'll be WIDAC'd out of us when we get to WA.
Anyone else?
But sorry, also for all the people in kind of WA for now, we do have all of our digital events and we've still got our wonderful community and other ways you can get involved. Yes, we don't have events there just yet, but still definitely encourage you to try and get involved or get along to some of the digital events because they're great.
Hello, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Hi, I'm new to Australia. I just moved here from Canada and I'll be moving to tomorrow. It's very close to Wagga. And I'm a new member and I will not going to be here in Sydney for too long. I'm just wondering if you guys have any events closer to that area. Otherwise, I have to drive 5 hours back to Sydney.
We've actually had someone reach out and ask, I think is from Dubbo. They're looking
close.
Yeah, is that close?
Oh, sorry, where's that? I'm very bad with the map right now.
So we're looking to do more regional
Cass
events.
says not very close.
Okay, all right, great. Well, we should have studied geography further. We would love to look at doing something in the regional areas. If there's demand there and if there's a community there, then, we could do a roadshow event out there. So thank you for raising Wagga Wagga as an area where you're interested in having us come and visit, because we did say that there was going to be some other roadshow events. So, and Newcastle, please. There's a few requests coming up. Okay.
Newcastle's like up and coming.
Yeah, there's actually, I'm going to do some research into Newcastle and Wagga Wagga and see, I guess, what the likelihood is of us getting there and, how soon we could do that. So, yes, thank you.
I was just going to jump in and say Canberra events are probably the closest for Wagga.
Okay, right. Okay, cool. Good. Thanks, Ree. I wonder how far it is.
Somebody who knows geography.
So, yeah.
Thank you for that.
Somebody who did geography.
Brilliant. Did anyone else have anything they wanted to share?
Come to Mudgee, writing that down. Mudgee. No. Anyone else?
Well, feel free to reach out anytime on our contact us page on our website. We're all very friendly and happy to chat and always open to new ideas.
Yeah. And I hope everyone enjoyed kind of a bit of an update from everyone in the WIDAC team, and everyone got to meet Brooke today, which is really exciting. And everyone, gets to say farewell to Erin. Yeah.
Erin was really sad, everyone, that she had to spend her last week in lockdown. so she's bypassing it by hanging out at Althea's place today. That's life in lockdown. Just to close this out, I just wanted to say a massive thank you to our sponsors and our supporters. We have just re-signed all of these wonderful people, and we've welcomed Cova to our sponsorship panel as well. These sponsorships go a long way to making everything that we do possible, especially now welcoming some full-time staff and really driving this business to grow and invest into making some of these roadshows come to life, and all of our other programs and initiatives. And we absolutely couldn't do it without any of this support that you give us. So it is valued all through the business. We really value that support. So we've got Ortex, who's come on board now as a gold sponsor. We've got Shape as a silver sponsor, CGC as silver, Bluebeam as silver, and Clover as silver as well. Now that is all from me. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for your ideas. Thanks for hearing everything that we've got going on this year. And we can't wait to bring it to life and welcome you to our events, hopefully without COVID.
Yeah, thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much, guys.
Lovely
Thanks for dialing
seeing
in.
everyone, and enjoy your Friday and your weekends.